So, Satanam, Satanam, thank you so much for joining me. This evening, we will be doing a Kriya to relieve inner anger, completed with the Kirtan Kriya Meditation, which is a healing meditation that connects us to the infinite and opens that doorway. We will be using a couple of different mantras this evening, 2 mantras to tune in, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, and Atgure Name, Jugat Gure Name, Satgure Name, Siri Gudeve Name. Those are going to be our first 2 mantras. We're going to use those to tune in. And then we'll also be using a couple other mantras throughout the course. So really quickly, if you need them, they're available in the chat. If not, go ahead and conquer. So like I said, this evening, we're going to be doing the Kriya to relieve inner anger. And so we're really going to be addressing a trifecta of emotions as well as just anger. So anger is stored in our liver, grief is held in our lungs, and anxiety is held in our kidneys. And those 3 areas are also some of the biggest filtration organs in our body. So the Kriya is going to start us lying on our back, and we're going to be putting a lot of pressure on the navel center. And this is going to build up a lot of pressure over the center part of our body where all of those 72,000 nadis, they start, all of those energy lines, those meridians, they begin. And through the pressure on the navel center, we will be balancing out the energetic systems of the body, especially balancing out any anger that might be there. We're going to be doing a lot of open mouth breathing. And the ideas behind open mouth breathing is that when we stick the tongue out, we're really opening up the back of the throat, the back of the tongue, which is right, that base connection to that reptilian portion of our brain, that base of our spinal cord, where our fight, flight, or freeze reflexes are stored. And if we suffer from internalized or held anger or even trauma, sometimes those feelings of fight, flight, freeze, they can be a little misprogrammed. So we're going to be trying to really tap into our nervous system and get it to come along with us. So with all of that, let's go in and get started. Find yourself in a comfortable seat. Rub the palms together. Generate a little heat between those hands. I don't know where you are, but for me, it's pretty chilly here. And so I really want to warm up the palms. Start to feel the skin of each hand really touching one another. Try and drop your awareness into your fingertips. You can do this in an easy seated position. You can do it in rock pose. A lot of what we do tonight can also be done in a chair if you'd like. And bring those thumbs to your heart center. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. And just drop down into the breath, closing the eyes, inhaling and exhaling through the nose if it's comfortable. Really be sure to ground down into the earth through the sits bones. Reach long out through the crown of the head. Deep inhales through the nose. And a full exhale. And just start to notice what the breath is like for you. What's the quality of the inhale and the exhale? Start to bring the focus up to your third eye, the place where the eyebrows and the nose meet. You should feel a little pressure build up in the forehead as the eyes roll slightly in and up. Invite in a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, and we're going to tune in with Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Atgure Name, Jugat Gure Name, Satgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Atgure Name, Jugat Gure Name, Satgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Atgure Name, Jugat Gure Name, Satgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Inhale. Suspend the breath at the top. Focus to the third eye. Invite in stillness. Exhale and release. Beautiful. Coming forward onto hands and knees. We're going to start with just a few warm-up movements to get us ready to start the Kriya. So coming into cat-cow, you're just going to come onto your hands and knees. Bring the hands directly under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Lengthen the spine again. Crown reaches long, tail reaches long. You're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the head and hips. Exhale, curl, head down, back up. And go ahead and continue inhaling as you drop and exhaling as you come up into cat. You can work at a pace that suits you, inhaling and exhaling, going as fast or as slow as you'd like. Again, inhale cow, exhale cat. Focus is at that third eye. You can treat this as a very quick warm-up, moving really quickly as you inhale and exhale. Or you can treat this as a luxurious massage if that's in your practice, slowing it down, finding the space between each vertebrae as you inhale and exhale, opening the chest and back, warming up the entire spine. Every time, making sure that the breath is really coming from the navel center, that belly button region of the body. That way we're breathing deeply into the bottoms of the lungs as well as the top and middle. It's really important that we take full deep breaths. And inhale into your cow and suspend the breath. Really shine the heart forward, open the belly, send the hips up, open the throat. Exhale, push into cat, suspend the breath out. Tighten navel, anus, and sex organs, your root lock if that's in your practice. Hold the energy from the base all the way up into the crown. Inhale, relax, push back into a small child's pose. Rest the forehead on the ground.
Breathe deeply into the low back. Release the shoulders, the mid back. Start to find your way
into an easy seated position. Cross one leg over the other, or again, this can totally be done from a chair. We're going to sit up nice and tall, bring the hands to the shoulders, fingertips in the front, thumbs in the back. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, push down through the sits bones. You're going to lengthen behind the neck, bringing the chin slightly in and out. Focus on the third eye. Inhale, rotate left. Exhale, rotate right. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. And we're just going to take some spinal twists. Really trying to warm up both the left and right sides along the spine. Inhaling left, exhaling right. Focus at that third eye. And maybe as you breathe, you start to hear the mantra Satanam, Sat on your inhale, Nam on the exhale. And while you do this, again, the focus is at the third eye. The breath and movement come from that navel center. We're not cranking the shoulders and elbows around to make the motion happen. We're just rotating along the long axis of the spine. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale center. Push down through the sits bones, out through the crown. Suspend the breath. Engage the root lock if it's in your practice. And tighten your neck lock, lifting the heart up towards the chin. Focus is at the third eye, pulling energy from the tail all the way into that third eye space, crown of the head. Exhale, release and relax down. Palms up on the knees. And once again, just drop into your breath. Both cat-cow and spinal twists of any kind are really great for giving you a different perception and altering your mood. They bring in a lot of oxygen into the system. And they also massage out the kidneys and the liver. So if you're angry, you're stressed, you're nervous, those two are some really good exercises. Or even if you find yourself caught in a little bit of a blue spell, cat-cow is wonderful for that. You change your breath, you change your life. Last warm-up exercise, we're going to do a little breath of fire, an ego eradicator. So make some fists and bring those fingertips to the finger pads, thumbs extended. Plug yourself into the universe. Overhead, arms are about 60 degrees. Holding the arms up to the best of your ability with straight elbows. Drop the shoulder blades, lift the heart, bring the chin in and up. Reach down through the sits bones. And don't forget to breathe. I know I ask for so much, but I believe it. I believe it. It works. Take a deep breath in and out. Again, inhale through the nose, focus the third eye. And out. Inhale and begin breath of fire. Continuing with breath of fire, in and out of the nose. The speed to which you breathe is not important. The big part is making sure that the inhale and exhale are evenly spaced and coming from the navel center. So if Breath of Fire is new to your practice, maybe you start slow and build your speed up. If you already know what you're doing, then go to town, my friend. And take a deep breath in, touch thumb tips overhead, stretch the fingers wide, suspend the breath in, focus at the space at the crown of the head, pull the energy all the way from the tailbone, through the spine, into the crown. Exhale, stay in the position, reach up. Inhale. Exhale. Keep reaching. Inhale. Exhale. Suspend the breath out. Engage the root lock. Tighten all the locks. If they're in your practice, curl the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Focus at the third eye. Pull the energy from the tailbone all the way into the crown. Inhale. Exhale. Sweep the hands through the aura. Touch back down. Flip the palms. And again, just go back inside to the breath. Release conscious control. Allow the muscles and the bones to find their natural balance. Gently start to make your way onto your backs, lying flat on the floor. This entire Kriya begins in corpse pose. So find yourself lying on your back. Take a few moments. Get the wiggles out as you find your comfortable position. Let the legs turn out naturally. Squeeze the fists and unclench them a few times to relax the palms. Just breathe naturally, lying on your backs. Again, for this first one, you're just lying on your back in sleep pose or corpse pose. Just becoming aware of the breath. Open yourself to the sensations of what it feels like, where your body makes contact with the floor. Do you feel the backs of your legs on the ground? Shoulders, the back of the head? Can you allow the belly to be soft? Can you relax the space between the eyebrows? Unclench the jaw. Can you let the neck and throat be soft? Now take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, you're going to tighten the belly button and pull it towards the ground. Again, inhale. Exhale, pull the belly button towards the spine and drop it into the ground, activating your abdominal wall. One more time, inhale. Exhale, tighten the belly, pulling the belly button in and down. Beautiful. Now, lying on your back, the next time you inhale and exhale, you're going to lift your heels about 6 inches off the ground. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, tighten the belly button, pull it into the ground, and then lift the heels up. And just continue to breathe long and deep, seeing if you can release everything else of the body as much as possible, only using what you need. If there's any low back issues, you can bring the hands under the bum as a support to continue to hold the knees and feet up. If that's still too much, by all means, maybe you use a pillow, a blanket, some kind of prop to hold the heels up off the ground. But again, the pressure of the navel center pushing into the spine, into the earth, is really what we're going for here. So once you find your comfortable position or your challenging position, just go ahead and again, come back to those long, deep breaths. The navel center is activating. From your navel comes your willpower, your sense of connection to the world around you, your sense of empowerment. Sometimes when we find ourselves in spaces of anger, grief, or anxiety, we lose our self-empowerment and we become lost in those feelings. So by putting pressure on the navel center, we're reassuring ourselves, we're reasserting our self-authority. We're waking up our own willpower. You're almost there, keep up. Again, if there's any pain, drop down, relax, find something else that works for you. Engaging the navel center, focuses at the third eye, long, deep breathing. Now you're going to stick your tongue out and you're going to begin breath of fire through an open mouth with your tongue out. I don't know if you can see, but my dogs are getting a little curious because I sound like a panting animal as I begin my breath of fire with my tongue out. It's a very cleansing breath. It oxygenates the entire system. It helps really eliminate the toxins that build up in our bloodstream, that build up in our lungs. So breathe like you want to move the grief out of your body if that's what you're looking for in your practice this evening. Take a deep breath in. Suspend the breath. Tighten the navel center. Focus at the third eye. Pull the energy from the tail into the crown. Suspend, 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 and relax. Release down. Let the spine once again be heavy. Let the legs naturally turn out. Palms reaching up to the sky. If you notice maybe a strange taste on your tongue while you did the open mouth breath of fire, it's because you're really working through a lot of toxins in the system. And with time, that can change, and maybe you might even experience some sweetness in that. And so still lying on the back. This next one still is continuing to put a lot of pressure on that navel center. So being aware of your lower back, you're going to take a deep breath in. On the exhale, tighten the belly button. Like once again, pulling it into the earth. One more time, inhale. Exhale, pull the belly button into the floor. And finally, on this next time, when you exhale, belly button goes down, legs are gonna lift to the sky. Inhale. Belly down, feet up, lift the legs up to the sky. If there's any pinching or sensations happening in the low back that are not comfortable, and once again, you can put the hands underneath the bum, or you can put a pillow there as well. Actually, my mistake. You're going to need to put a pillow because we're going to be using the hands in this next motion. So if you're able to hold the feet up to the sky, beautiful. If you like something underneath you, that's beautiful as well. So once again, activate the navel center, pull it into the earth. Legs are extended above the ground. You're just going to relax the spine onto the earth. See if you can really feel the back of the skull resting and balancing. You're going to lift your arms about 6 inches or so off the ground. And so for this next one, we're going to return to that open mouth, tongue out, breath of fire. And we're going to be pumping the ground with the entire length of the arm. So what I love about this one is this is kind of like Kundalanis. So if you have any experience in Pilates, the arm motion is very similar to the arm press in the hundreds. If not, that's cool. We're really going to be using the entire length of behind the armpit through the tricep, and we're going to be pushing down, down, down as we open mouth, tongue out, breath of fire. So go ahead and begin. Once you have found yourself on the back, legs in the air, belly button engaged, press, 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 press. And again, as you continue to press down and you pump down with the entire length of the arms, you're pushing down in the navel into the earth, allowing the breath of fire to come from the belly center. Right here, push down with every effort that you have. Muster up all the anger that you can feel inside you. Maybe anger is something you're comfortable with and it's easy to bring up to the surface. Maybe it's not. Maybe you have lots of experience with anger. Maybe you have lots of experience with grief or anxiety. Whatever it is that's bringing you to your practice or you're choosing to work through this evening, put it into the pumps. Pump it out. As you do this, be sure to open up the front of that chest, keep the heart wide, keep the collarbones wide, really allow the movement to come from the back of the armpit, so that way we're not rounding forward, blocking the heart, blocking the flow of oxygen and prana. 30 more seconds, you're almost there. Keep up, keep up. I swear it gets better from here. Inhale. Suspend the breath, tighten the belly, pull the energy from the navel all the way into that third eye space. Feel the body illuminating from the inside out. Exhale, bring the knees into the chest. See if you can release the back of the neck. Slowly turn your head no, shaking your nose side to side, releasing the back of the neck. When you find yourself comfortable, find your way back to center with the head. Maybe as you lay here, the knees are far apart. Maybe they're real close together. Whatever's more comfortable for you. We're going to lie here on the back, knees into our chest. Stick the tongue out. You're going to inhale through the open mouth and exhale through the nose. Continue to breathe with the mouth open, tongue out. Inhale through the mouth, exhale through the nose. Mouth and tongue stay open and out the entire time. When we do exercises like this, I feel like this explains why the yogis went and hid in the caves in the Himalayas to do their practice. Sometimes we look a little weird. Embrace the weirdness. Tongue out, mouth open. Inhaling as deeply as possible into the belly. Exhaling through the nose. This works to ease the heart. It eases the digestive system. It's great at relieving gas. Again, we're putting pressure on the liver and the kidneys, allowing them to get a gentle massage as we inhale and the diaphragm moves down and up. Is the back of your neck relaxed on the floor? Inhale through the open mouth. Exhale. Release the feet back down to the earth. If you had anything underneath you, gently sliding it out. Taking your time, rolling to one side of the body. Spent a lot of time on the back, so we're going to take our time coming back up to a seated position. Really making sure to breathe a lot along the way.
Using the arms to push into the floor, start to come up through the side of the body. And find your way back into your easy seated pose. Coming forward onto our knees. We'll start off very briefly in rock pose. And then we're going to go into celibate pose. So if you know what it is, you could drop it down and get your eagle on. If not, you're going to widen the hips, the heels further out than the hips, and you're going to sit down on the ground, trying to make contact with the earth with your perineum and your buttocks. If that's not possible for you, you can always bring the earth up to you and bring a prop, a cushion, a pillow, something to sit underneath so that the heels are still a little bit wider than the hips. Pardon me. And so now we're going to cross our arms in front of our chest, like we're giving ourselves a nice hug. Sit up nice and tall, reach down through the sits bones into the earth, out through the crown of the head. You're going to exhale forward. And the goal is to touch the forehead, your third eye, to the ground. And inhale, come up. As if you're bowing. Exhale down. Inhale up. And this should be about moderately paced if it's comfortable for you. If there's any issues with vertigo, dizziness, nausea, definitely go slower. The eyes are closed, focus is at the third eye. But again, as I've previously stated, you have to make alterations that are in your practice that work better for you and your body. Please do make them. But go ahead and begin exhaling down, inhaling up, connecting your third eye, your forehead to the ground, bowing down in reverence to whatever it is that you hold divine, whatever it is that you hold on your altar. Inhale up, exhale down. Allow the back to be wide. This is working on opening up our lower backs. This also might seem familiar as one of those self-soothing, self-rocking positions, where if you've ever been in the position of extreme agitation, extreme anxiety or fear, they're rocking yourself into comfort. So closing the eyes, focusing at the third eye, allowing ourselves to be open to surrendering in the safety of our own space. Exhaling down, inhaling up, breathing from the belly. So that way we're able to start to reprogram those feelings of fight, flight, freeze. If you can, start to go a little bit faster. Again, safely. You don't want to headbang on the floor, but get the blood flowing as you inhale and exhale, matching the breath to movements. When we match our breath to movement, we come to exist in a space of grace. And inhale up. And exhale, relax. Coming back to the breath, back to the body.
allowing yourself to vibrate Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. Truth is my identity, the divine truth that we are all from one, part of one. Slowly start to bring the legs out in front of you. Go ahead and start giving yourself a massage. Pat down, quads. Go down one leg, up the other. Start to pat the chest, comfortable the belly. Go down one shoulder and arm. This brings us back into our space. We're tapping on the meridian points of the body where maybe some types of emotions are stored. This helps to physically break up, release, maybe snap back into our own physical space, tap the low back. You can get the back, go for it. Tap behind the legs, bottoms of the feet. Check out the hands. Really, really shake, shake, shake. Get it all out. Take a deep breath in, reach the hands up. Stretch. Spread the toes, spread the fingers, stretch feet away, hands away. Exhale. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Now gently begin to come up to standing. And so this is where the mantras start to come in. We're going to be listening to Guru, Guru, Ram Das Guru. This is a prayer for miracles coming from the heart space. It really opens the heart. It activates our connection with the infinite. It is the Guru Guru Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru is wise as the one who bows down to the infinite. So when we bow down to the infinite, it opens our heart. It connects us to all that is, all that was, and all that ever will be. And so this mantra, this breath, this visualization is incredibly healing for the entire body, all of the systems, especially those spaces of grief, fear, and anxiety. So you're gonna let yourself hang forward. Try and keeping a flat back position here. And just let the arms dangle. We're not full, it's not a full forward fold. It's more of a halfway lift. As you notice, if you're having any malas or jewelry issues, you can just toss them to the side. Let the arms dangle. If you know the mantra, you can sing along with it, hum to it, or just mentally chant it to yourself, or just receive. You might find it beneficial to work with a slightly bent knee so that we're not hyperextending and overstretching the spaces behind our knees. It's also really gentle on the low back since we've been on the floor for most of this Kriya. This is a very restful position for the heart, for the lungs. It's great on the low back. It opens up your area of digestion and elimination.
Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold all the way. You can maybe nod your head yes. Shake it no, releasing the tension behind the neck. And slowly, if you're able to, bend your knees all the way down. Or find your way in some way down to the ground. Safely, slowly, comfortably. You're going to come all the way onto your bellies. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, head in line with the spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, activate the belly button by pulling it towards the spine, slightly tucking the pelvis into the earth, stabilizing the low spine, activating your root lock. Take a deep breath in and begin to rise up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time, into a cobra position of your choosing, whether it's full expression all the way up or a shorter expression here on your elbows, whatever's comfortable for you to sustain. We're really trying to, again, open up the front of the chest, the belly, the throat, the heart. Eyes are closed, focus is the third eye, breath is deep. Again, you're invited to sing along with the mantra. It's a good test of your breath as well. If you're able to recite the mantra comfortably in this position, then your neck is in a great space. If you find it difficult and some tightness in your voice, maybe you gotta drop those shoulders down just a smidge. If you're able to, drop the head down. You start to take a head circle over to the right. Staying up in cobra, head circles to the right. Mentally chanting. Switch directions. This opens your throat chakra, which is wonderful for being able to speak your truth from your heart into this reality, creating the world you walk through. Stack the head up back to center. You're gonna drum the feet on the ground. Drum the feet on the ground. Really work out whatever little bits of frustration or anger might still be around. Kick it out, kick it out. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Gently push yourself back into a child's pose for a little bit of a rebound for that low back. You have a choice here. You can stay in child's pose. You come into Guru Pranam, palms in prayer mudra above the head. Maybe hands are down at the waist for baby pose. Whatever brings you the most rest. I'm going to push yourself up. Come up to an easy seated position. The last piece of this Kriya before we go into our Kirtan Kriya meditation is Sat Kriya, which is really beautiful and can be done on its own. Sat Kriya activates the Kundalini energy directly as we pull the energy and engage the navel center, bringing it in and up on Sat and relaxing the belly and just letting it all hang loose on Nam. Just gonna go Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Truth is my identity, that we are all connected to this divine truth, this oneness. Hands are going to be found in a Venus lock with your index fingers extended. If you wish to work with more feminine energy in your practice this evening, left thumb on top. More masculine energy, right thumb on top. Dealer's choice. We're going to be in an easy seated position. Arms are going to be above the head. Hug those ears with those elbows. Drop the shoulders down, lengthen the neck by pulling the chin in and up. Reach down through the sits bones, out through the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in and out. In and out. Take a deep breath in and let's begin Sat Kriya. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. As we use the belly button and we move the diaphragm as we chant Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. We're creating micro ripples within the energy body to strengthen the aura, to rise the Kundalini up from the base all the way into the crown, allowing each chakra, each energy portion of the body to take what it needs and release what it doesn't. Sat, Nam, 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 Sat, Nam. Inhale. Engage your root lock, neck lock, pull the energy up. Exhale and release it down. And touch down. You can let the palms come to the knees, hands up. And once again, return to the breath. Allow yourself to feel the vibrations of the Kriya coming into the body. We spend a lot of time working with the lungs, massaging the kidneys and the liver. We brought up the energy so that way it can now come into those new open areas and do its healing. For Kirtan Kriya, we're going to be chanting Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. And what that means is infinity, life, death, rebirth. And each time we say it, we're going to be touching index finger, middle,
ring, and pinky. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. The beginning of the sound is going to come in through the forehead and then shoot out through the third eye into infinity. We're going to go through 3 phases. You're going to go through a speaking phase out loud, where this works in the physical realm here where we are. We're going to whisper it in the words of the lover in hopes that it permeates those around us that we are connected to. And then we're going to also chant it silently, so that way that is the language of the divine, and the divine will hear us. So we're going to work from aloud to whisper to silent to whisper to aloud. I'm going to have the track playing in the background, so if you are comfortable chanting along, chant along. There will be a sound between each section, so you know when to switch from aloud to whisper to silent and back. We're going to go through this meditation, and then we'll close out tonight's class with 1 round of the long time sun and a 7-wave Satnam. So finding yourself in your comfortable seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. Hands are on the knees, palms up. Focus is at the third eye. When you're ready, you can join in. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. With each syllable, engage the belly button as you touch the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Focus is at the third eye. Heart is lifted. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Infinity, life, death, rebirth. You're each part of this cycle. Whisper. Feel the energy enter through the crown and then reach out through the third eye and into infinity. This motion activates the golden chain, that golden thread between pineal and pituitary gland. Balancing along this cord generates balancing along the rest of the body. Really feel the thumb pressing into each of the fingertips as you chant sa, na, sa, ta, na. silently chanting the mantra in your head. Sa, ta, na, ma. Continuing to pump the belly for each of the syllables, touching the thumb to the fingertip. Na, ma. Pumping the navel, focus at the third eye. Energy comes in the crown, out the third eye. Making sure to keep the heart lifted, grounded in the sits, reaching through the crown. Continuing to press the thumbs into the fingertips with each recitation, pumping from the navel center, focus at the third eye. Allow the breath to carry you. Can your body still be supple as you find your balanced seated position in the active belly, Release all other areas of holding unnecessary tension. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Inhale through the nose. Suspend the breath at the top. Don't need to squeeze or clench, just suspend the movement to suspend the breath. Exhale and release. Beautiful. And for just a few moments, be still. Bring the hands to heart center. Thumbs on the sternum, roll the shoulders back, elbows up. I'm going to close out with one round of the long time sun. If you know it, you can sing along. If not, sit back and receive. And 1, 7 waves, Satnam. Here we go. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to begin. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Inhale. Nam. Beloved Creator, we thank you for another time to sit in this space, to breathe, to be, and to move. Satnam. Wahe Guru Ji Ka Khalsa, Wahe Guru Ji Ki Fateh. Satnam. Satnam.